Hello there everyone. It's taken a while to set up, but finally, after all of that. Welcome to another stream. Unfortunately, the last one I had planned to do, which was of course Summer Games Fest, I had to cancel at the last moment because of a family issue that has since been resolved. So now, this time, rather than play some more SRB2 as I have the last few streams, I decided to instead move on to its sister game, Sonic Robo 2 Kart. Personally, ever since Dr. Robotnik's Ring Racers has come out, that has been my kart racer of choice between the two, but setting up a server on there is a lot more difficult for me. I can't do the port forwarding required for that. So, if I want to make the server public, make my own server rather than join another's, I'm unfortunately stuck to its far less advanced and, in my honest opinion, quite tepid cousin. Now, if you're watching this right now, and you happen to have SRB2 Kart, you can join me. This is public, this isn't some Discord only invite, because frankly, I haven't been able to get those to work for weeks now, which is a part of the reason that the streams ended up not coming out for a while longer than I initially expected. So, there we are. If you want to join, go onto the master server, search up JackalMan public server, and hopefully it should come up. If you're interested, of course. Other things I've done since the last stream, because of course continuous improvement is always the aim, is that I have edited the audio ducking for OBS, so hopefully the music should be a little quieter in the background while I'm talking. I'm not sure how well it's working, because quite frankly on everything I can find it doesn't look like it's doing anything at all. But the hope is, it should be a little less overpowering. So, there we are. As for now, didn't mean to do that. As for now, I'm frankly waiting and hoping some other people join over time, because otherwise, this could get quite boring. SRB2 Kart I don't think is that exciting of a game in comparison to, again, Ring Racers. Ring Racers feels much more like an actual game, whereas this, it's like the most bare bones skeleton of a kart racing concept as you can get. There is no bells, no whistles, pure car racing action, which is fun with friends, but just driving around by yourself, boring as sin. Really hope for something more interesting. So, especially seeing as I spent the last 40 minutes or so collecting the last few emblems required from time trials to unlock all of the cups. So, if I hadn't gone through enough single player SRB2 Kart as it was, I then had to go and spend another 40 minutes before the stream started getting all of that sorted. Quite boring. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Please, while we're here, ask away any questions. Ask me any opinions of recent gaming events, because of course there's been plenty of that recently between Summer Games Fest, PlayStation State of Play, the Xbox Showcase today, and I think there's another one called the Future Games Show happening right now, or at least as we talk. I am getting Discord pings from the Remedy Entertainment Discord server about, hey, come check out the new trailer we're showing off there. So, plenty of games to talk about, plenty of game news, but really, please talk about anything to avoid boredom. Because otherwise, I'm going to have to find the time to fill this in myself. Realistically, probably end up talking about Sonic Cross Worlds and Mario Kart World, seeing as, you know, kind of ties in with the car racing thing. And there's been a lot of talk about that over the last few days, with the a couple of controversial announcements for Crossroads, which I don't think anyone really saw expecting, relating to price and DLC, how the DLC is going to work, which really, maybe dented enthusiasm, maybe a bit extreme, but certainly the enthusiasm is not quite as high as it was prior to Summer Games Fest, especially in that little slot where certain leaks had come out. I'm not going to spoil, just in case you haven't seen them, but certain leaks had come out. You stop doing that. And they were big. Definitely something that Sega was hoping they could reveal at the Summer Games Fest, but unfortunately, it was not in their favour. But yeah. So, Sonic Racing Crossroads, $70. That, I think, is safe to say, was a surprise to, well, certainly to me, but I'd say to most everyone. Sonic games have never really been full price, or certainly not for the longest time. I don't think anyone was expecting their increase or return to full price gaming being the Sonic Racing spin-off. So, especially at the new modern full price of $70 rather than $50 or $60, I think that really caught a lot of people off angle. And does it really look like it justifies that price? No, not really. I think it's safe to say that there are better looking games out there for $70, especially when on top of $70 you are paying an extra $20, which is quite a lot for what it is, for your season pass, your Nickelodeon DLC characters. 20 whole bucks. A lot of money. And yeah, I really don't think, I think that's going to really harm the game in the long run. If it was $50, I am amazed, even beyond just the whole, I didn't think that Sega would up the price for that. I'm amazed that Sega didn't see the opportunity when Mario Kart World is being lambasted, how expensive it is, it's $80, to undercut them with a $50 Sonic Racing game with all of the characters and all of the boards and gimmicks from all of their previous games, or almost all of them, if you ignore Team Sonic Racing, and really stole their thunder. But nope, had to get greedy. I think it's going to be a short-sighted move on their behalf. I think it's going to harm them in the long run. Whereas if they had dropped for $50, as I think most people probably gathered, I think most people were expecting $60 at the absolute most. If they'd gone for $50, I think they really would have had eyes on them at the moment. But sadly, it didn't come to pass. Am I going to get it? Yeah, it looks fun, but definitely not released. Definitely not while it is sitting there at $70. Once it drops down to about $50, yeah, I'll probably pick it up then. I'll have fun with it, and it looks fun. Don't get me wrong. Don't let me in one of those agenda posters who are sitting there going, "Oh, looks awful. I can't believe they are charging even $20, $30 for this." I think it looks, it looks like it's worth the price of what I think most of us would expect a multi-platform non-Nintendo kart racer to be, which is to say $50 to $60. I think it looks like it deserves that. It definitely looks like it's going to be one of the best Sonic racers out there. Certainly one of the best in recent memory, seeing as it looks like it's just basically a mix, basically just Sonic and All Stars Racing transformed, but even better with the extreme gear. So So I think it's going to be good, but I don't think it is going to be $70 good, or indeed $90 if you are going into in there and buying your season pass. But I'm not sure it will. I really don't have any attachment to any of the Nickelodeon characters that are the likely candidates for that. Nor am I that attached to Minecraft. I am, in fact, from what I can gather, the one guy who really doesn't like it. I am not a fan of Minecraft, so getting told, hey, you can play as Steve or Alex or the Creeper, that's not really a selling point for me. For a lot of other people, I'm sure it is, but for me, not really. So yeah, Sonic Racing Crossroads, too expensive. Mario Kart World, too expensive, can't afford that either. Especially considering I have to go and buy a Switch 2, which, I'll be honest, I don't really play anything on my Switch 1, so I doubt the situation would change with a Switch 2. With all of that in mind, I am getting bombarded by these forms. With all of that in mind, definitely looks like a two cake situation, as has been the meme on Twitter for a while now about Mario Kart World versus Sonic Racing Crossroads. But it is two very expensive cakes that I cannot afford to buy. So instead, I'm going to have to stick with my free cake that I have signed myself up for a playthrough that I haven't released an episode of in a long while, and that is Dr. Robotnik's Ring Races. If I'm going to agenda post, as has become the term on Twitter for the argument between the two camps, if I'm going to agenda post about any kart racer, it is going to be Dr. Robotnik's Ring Races. That is going to be my kart racer of choice. That is the one that, when push comes to shove, I am going to, what's it called, argue for, and look at that, someone else has joined. I don't know whether that is through the browser or whether my Discord invites are finally working, but Ruby the Racer, I reckon, I have a vague idea of who they are. I reckon that is going to be here, or not going to be here for long, but I figured I'd get some Kart in. I'm going to assume that is Ruby the Me through the browser. Unfortunate. Not so much in that people are joining, of course. I want people to join to make things, spice things up a little bit, but I've had serious problems on racing, on Discord invite for a long while now, and it is getting me sick, and I'm sick and tired of it. I just want to be able to invite people to the game. I don't know why it's not working, but it's getting on my nerves, and it's on everything. I can't invite people. I can't find any reason for it either. I'm looking online, everywhere I can, on Reddit, on the Discord help forums, just on every platform I can find, and there's just no information I can find. No one else who seems to be struggling with the same problem to explain how to fix it effectively. I have to assume it's some option I've left ticked or unticked somewhere out there, but I cannot for the life of me find out what that option is. Whether it's something on a router or whatever, can't find anything on there. But it's unfortunate. It's really causing complications in my plans for what my streaming was going to be like. My idea was I would be having, tournaments every now and then, or every couple of days with the Discord server. Get maybe 6 to 8 people in a race, see how that goes. Get all of, with that, you got enough chaos and you got enough intrigue and interest there. You can really, practice and your live commentary on that. Get some fun reactions, get some fun clips, maybe post them as shorts or whatever. But as it is, I'm just kind of having to stick them on the public browser and hoping that people just happen to stumble across them, which clearly hasn't been the most successful. Just trying to block it with the tree or the apple. They were going to throw another one at me, really. get me lost behind, but they were merciful. They were kind. They were nice to me. I was gonna say I appreciated it, but clearly I was being too trusting of Ruby here. And here we have a third player by the name of Fuzzle. What's your name? Oh, come on! Come on. Right, how... Ah, damn it, because I'm in second, I don't... Because there's only two of us, I don't even get to see how far. But I reckon that was milliseconds. I reckon I was within that 2 minute 15 seconds as well. But look at that. You complain that there's no one joining, and then all of a sudden, 2 more come out of nowhere. Hopefully now we can get some proper races in. Well, I guess we're going to do Blue Mountain. Clearly, there's a public vote there. The democracy spoke. Blue Mountain was the easy choice, so I'm not going to go and throw a wrench in the works there. I'm also apparently not going to get a off the start boost, which was unfortunate. But there we are. See, I recently learned how, or, you know, by documentation, how you're supposed to do a wave dash or slip tide, whatever you want to call it, in SRB2 Kart. Only recently, only a few, about an hour ago, I've been trying to pull it off, but I can't seem to do it consistently. I found a video explaining how to do it on ring races, and I can do it pretty consistently there, and fairly well. Sustaining it's a bigger problem, but just like fundamentally having the initial wave dash, the noise and the effect, and the really, really sharp turning, I've got that down in ring races, but here in Kart, can't figure it out, just can't get grips to it. This is frustrating, to say the least, because it has significantly hampered my ability to compete in races. But Ruby, you did this to me last time, so I figured now is the time to get back on there. Although clearly didn't help me at all, seeing as they immediately passed me by. But then Ruby has actually competed in several races with me on the channel beforehand. Various network tests I've run to try and see the viability of these things. They've always done fairly well on them, but also, if you cast your mind back to the 2,500 subscriber special I did last year, well, of course I hit that milestone, there was none other than Ruby here who won that. Even until today, on the Discord server. See, as a... Oh, see, I admit I don't know. I am kind of assuming there. But they still, to this day, have their own custom... crap, forgotten the term. Role, that's it. They have their own custom title of marking them as the victor of that competition, where they utterly thrashed me. I think I ended up being in 5th place, never having won a single race. To this day, if I have ever raced against a single other live human being in this game, I have not yet won a single time. Not once. I have never won a single round. And I don't know what it is. The amount of times I've been in first for 90%, 95% of a race, and then at the last moment, the last possible moment for something to go wrong. GG for everyone who's watching. The last possible moment, I get an SPB coming out right at the end, or I'd trip over a banana, or accidentally, for just the final jump, end up launching myself off-road. And every single time, it is as annoying as it sounds. Ooh. Well, with these options, it's gotta be Grand Metropolis, hasn't it? I have a soft spot for this stage. I'm not actually any good at it, but I enjoy it. I like the aesthetic. I've always been fond of Grand Metropolis. Even its Forces Incarnation, I think it probably makes it the best set of stages in that game. Definitely the best aesthetic. That sanitized white, technologically advanced look. It hits. That's the vision of the future that I expected to see. And which is sadly, not really. Oh, you kidding me? Oh, nearly got him. Well, got someone else in the blast at least. Fortunately for them, I did get someone, some innocent bystander. Whoever is playing this Knuckles, I'm sure I'll catch their name towards the end. Yep, that banana's not getting me. I see what they've done there. Stick it on the tiny bit of solid speed boosting land you get there. And if one open ore isn't enough, how's 3 open ores, I guess? Being a bit generous with the 4, but nope. 3 will do. 3 will do. I mean, there's only 3 other races, right? Why would I need 4? 4 is just greedy. Right, come on. Both of those gonna miss, aren't they? Uh-oh. Yep. Here's my chance to hopefully make up some space and take my first place, which, of course, as I'm cursed, where I will inevitably lose by race end, but I can at least be in position to hopefully take advantage of Ruby's pain. Or I can still be in third at the end of the day. Fantastic. Oh. I don't know what it is. I don't know what specifically about it is. But wall bouncing. Bouncing off of a wall in SRB2 car. It hurts in a way that it just doesn't in other car races. I don't know. Can't quite place exactly why. Because it's kind of works similarly to ring races and just it just kills your momentum. But something about how it works in SRB2 car, it really, really unacceptable. I think it's the angle and the severity at which it bounces you. It just does not feel nice. So, Fuzzle, the winner there. I think that's the first time I've been in a race with them. They've, of course, Yufuf as well. And then Ruby, winner overall. But at least got second place there. They can't claim to be the undetermined winner. Where to go here? Lake Margarine. Well, I think this is a state that never actually ended up returning for ring races. Or at least having only gone about halfway through. I haven't seen it. And here's player number 5, Lena Blue. Good to see you, Lena. Hope you have fun. Anyway, forgot to mention it, but you'll see that I am playing. I have set the bonus characters mod that Kart Crew places in SRB2K's files ready for your activation at any time. I forgot to mention that I have kept bonus characters active because bonus characters gives me my beloved, the greatest Sonic character to ever be put into the game, E123 Omega. And you know, there's a couple of other scrubs, some jobbers, losers out there, you know, Sarah the Hedgehog, Silver the Hedgehog, Blaze. I mean, I guess they're all there, but I'm here for my boy Omega. Or girl, if you're looking at Sonic 06. Fun bit of Sonic trivia for you. That one time that Omega was voiced by a woman for some reason. Before they so heavily modulated their voice that you wouldn't be able to tell. Come here. Oh. Oh, come on. And shrunk so I don't even get to use my sneaker to get off screen. Unbelievable. Am I still shrunk? I think I'm still shrunk. Come on, I'd like to... There we are. Jeez, what took so long? Certainly was Mario Karted there. Unfortunate. Somehow I'm going to blame this on Ruby. It's their fault somehow. I have no proof, but somehow it's their fault. Oh. Well, that was unfortunate. Only here for part of a single race, but yeah. For a short time. There's the hope. The fifth person. Right, well I can hear the designed music playing in the background, so I know I need to get out of here. I need to get going. I need to be moving. I need to, if I knew how, be using some wave dashes, but again, still don't really get it myself. You know, I really don't know why I bother with the jaws sometimes. It's they're not very reliable. GG everyone. Acceptable. Right, here we are. Some questions in chat. Baconski asks, I know this is an SRB2K stream, but would you be interested in playing modded Ring Racers tracks? Well, interested, yeah, sure, absolutely. But for now, I'm just focusing more on making my way through the vanilla game, the vanilla cups. My playthrough is intended to be all of the cups, so that is however many that ends up being. I think that's probably about 22 cups, I think it is, something like that. My plan is to get through all of those in their own individual episodes, and then once that's done, I'll do live streams, I'll do this and that and whatever, and that's the goal. That's when I'll probably start doing some modded tracks, some modded showcases. I've been thinking for a while about doing mod reviews in the style that I do with SRB2, with Ring Racers and SRB2 Kart a lot. But again, simple problem is that online is less than reliable, or being able to get other people playing to test them in anything other than the, I think, incredibly boring single player kart experience. Oh, I was about to say we were so close to a snipe on Ruby there, and then did snipe someone, just maybe not who I hoped for. I am very good in this game at sniping myself. Never anyone else, but if I'm trying to hit myself, oh, I've got pinpoint accuracy. I'm like Hawkeye. I can do perfect trick shots, but once it gets hitting... Oh, wow. There we are. I need to bite my tongue more. It's every time I'm about to say something, I get proven wrong. I'm sitting there saying, oh, I can't hit anyone. Next thing I do, snipe someone from a mile away. Well, that was unfortunate. This is SRB2K, and to a slightly lesser extent, Ring Racers is definitely a game you don't want to be bumping up against other players in. With the Mario Kart and, of course, the Sonic racing games, not too bad. It's not, preferable, but it's not really going to hurt you if you do. But with Kart and Ring Racers, no, you do not want to be bumping against other people, especially from directly behind, and especially if you're a super heavy character like I usually play. Of course, here I am playing Omega, who is the fastest, heaviest character in the bonus character sinks, with a perfect 9. Yeah, with a perfect. I'm not gonna talk about that. We're gonna ignore that. Omega, of course, super heavyweight with a 9 speed, 9 weight. He is the heaviest, fastest character in the game. Whereas other characters, or slightly weaker. But the point is hitting someone is Omega. Not recommended. You're not going to come out of that looking good, especially if you are directly behind them. But sadly, that's all Ruby's got time for. So good to see them. But GG. Hope you had a good time watching the stream, and hopefully next time we do Kart, and hopefully one day when I fix the Discord problem, I can fantastic. We can have a lot more races. But Lena Blue from earlier, who left mysteriously, is back. Playing as the I don't know the name, I'm just gonna have to call them the Toho girl, Toho Project girl. Or at least I think it is. Maybe. I'm not great at these sort of things. I remember someone sold off the Ring Racers bonus, the unlockable characters, all of, you know, your sacred ones. I recognised Agate from Persona and Echo the Dolphin. And that was about it. There's Pop Formeo, which is very obscure, I think. What didn't recognise? There's Dynamite Heady. Some character from the Idolmaster series, which I don't really get what that is. Like, I've seen them. I don't want to know what they put up there. I mean, I've seen it all over the place, but never really understood what the context of what it was. I was, you know, seeing the characters and stuff, but never actually seen what I assume is gameplay, or, you know, if it was an anime, any scenes from it. Just seeing the characters here and there. And then you go on there. I went on the fandom page for it. Horrible website, but you know, it is, sometimes you gotta look through it for whatever you're looking for. Going through there, trying to find some more information on the character. I have no idea what it was trying to tell me. So yeah, some character from that. Long-winded tangent. There's a character in Ring Racers from the Idolmaster series. I don't get the connection to Sonic there. Same way I understand with a lot of the other characters. I'm gonna blow myself up. Yeah. Anyway. See, that was entirely intentional. You see, because I wanted to avoid the jaws, so I meant to blow myself up. That's it. Right, no. You're not doing this. Now that Ruby's gone, this is my opportunity to finally win a race. I am not. Okay, no, I am. As it turns out, no, I am in fact getting third. I'm not. Okay. Third place it is. I'll take third place. Sorry for Fuzzo and Yufu forever being like, and imposing on you and being like, oh yeah, I can get first. No. I mean, we were close. We all had a, what was it, 2:31? We were close. Not even close. Be honest. I was, what, like a massive 6 milliseconds ahead. Well, 6 milliseconds away from second place. I was a little further behind us, maybe 30 milliseconds behind. But you know, miles away. Barely even in the competition. In practically indifferent races. Game type was changed from race to battle. You know, I really should take advantage of this. Obviously, playing single player, it's not like I'm getting much battle experience here and there, so it's good to... Oh, fantastic. Great start. Yeah, I'm not getting much battle experience. So I should probably, while I'm here, you know, experiment with the maps and stuff. Jaws duel, and as Jaws often do, no one actually ended up getting hit. Everyone missed. You wouldn't think that they are homing missiles, would you? You wouldn't think, oh yeah, there are red cell equivalents with how pathetic they are at actually hitting anything. Lena Blue. Oh. Well, at least I didn't get hit. Small mercies, I guess. At least didn't get hit. messed that up. Right. I was hoping to drift around that all graceful-like, but as you can see, clearly didn't end up working. And now all of my opponents... Oh. I was going to say all of my opponents are dangerous in their own different ways, and I've got to get away from them, and then I end up driving myself off the cliff and lose my final bumper anyway. So, what am I even fearing? You got him. Yeah, there we are. First time I actually managed to land that. But with only one bumper, it's not looking great for me, so it'd be really helpful if I could actually pick up one of these. Like, sit there trying to get that item. I should have been looking backwards the entire time, so I didn't end up getting sniped by whoever that was. I assume. I think it was Lena. Unbelievable. Tragic. But there we are. At least I'm in second. It's better than I usually end up doing. Vote starts in 0. Again, I do not play battles, so I really do not know which of these are good and which are bad. So I'm going to go with one that I actually recognise. Again, from Ring Races. Having done plenty of Prison Break rounds there, and go with Tri-Circle Marina. That is a name and a track that I vaguely recognise, even if I am sure, as is usually the case, it's not going to be much of a looker in comparison to its Ring Races for Camp Park. It doesn't matter anyway. You're playing a different battle track that ends up making its way into Ring Races. Lena Blue left the game again, and that is Fakery Way. Destroy. See, like, what was even that? I was literally right in front of them, and still the Jaws couldn't hit me. See, the mirror effect is actually fairly impressive at this stage. It is quite difficult to tell who's... Oh, come on! It is pretty difficult to tell where people actually are in that. Again, haven't played any online in Ring Races to be able to comment on how good it is in comparison to the mirrors there, but in all honesty, I didn't even recognise them in Ring Races. I assumed it was just a dark room in the centre. But maybe that's more me not paying any attention more so than anything else. Fantastic. Of course, when they throw away ball hogs, it works fine. See, like, come on! Like, what was even going on there? What am I supposed to do with Jaws doing that? Oh, they messed up. Yeah, you see what I've got. Ah, another person I recognise from the Discord server is Blue Torts has just joined. It's good to see. Good to see you. But we're just going to have to wait until this is over, which will probably take an age, as is often the case with this. Or not. It's actually going to be just a few seconds. Lose, as always. But at least I got second place. Third? Oh, right, yeah, because of course I got to actually get points. It's not just surviving long enough. Fantastic. I mean, I'm not last, I guess. By default. From the fact that someone's just joined who hasn't received a single point, but... there we are. Races. No. Well, I do like cities, so I guess we'll go City Skyline. Blue Tort says, been a hot minute since I've played this game. Yeah, I've pretty much only been playing this because I can really manage. If I could get Ring Races to work, then, easy choice, I'd be playing Ring Races all day long. It's a game I've actually got to think about. It's not the, like, most bare-bones skeleton of a car racer out there. There's heated debates on the on my Discord server about which is better, Ring Races or SRB 2K, And I'm sorry, but anyone who comments SRB2K, that is a pure and simple skill issue. There's no possible justification for Kart being the better kart racer between the two. It is such a boring, stagnant time in comparison to ring races. It's slow, it's less interesting, less skill involved. Oh, come on. Yeah, no, get away from me. Don't come close. Right, am I going to be able to run them? Yeah, just about. Ah, and now the tables turn when I see where they are. Or not, because we're actually both big. Or we'll both be big. Are they both on this path? No. Yes, maybe? All the way over there. They all seem to be going quite fast. Haha! Oh, you thought. But no. In fact, I had the advantage. Just have been paying attention. Until they inevitably... Ooh, open up. Oh! Haha! We'd have seen that one coming. Throw, what was that? 4 orbinauts at me? All of them miss. Right, no. Ah. Juked. All of them miss. End up hitting yourself with one of them. Poetic, ironic way to go out, I'd say. Oh, come on. No. Aha, right. Oh, okay, I need something. Yeah, get away from me. I'm just going to back away slowly. And hopefully outrun you. Which might be a problem because Sonic's acceleration is a lot better than mine. Ah, and now the tables don't turn. Never mind. Right, who's actually got the better item? I can't see. They got a spring. It's not much you can do offensively, but they can dodge me. So... I've got to chase blue torch down. Oh, nope. Oh! Oh, that was close. Close. Just not to be though. Right, where are they now? Come on, don't get big, don't get invincible. Another George duel, it looks like. Who's gonna win this time? Oh, great, okay. Thank you, Yufuf. Thank you a lot. I don't know where most of my bananas went there. That did not feel like... Who won? First time. Genuinely. First time I won anything in this game on an online match. First time. Which is sadder than it should be. Blue Torch says the reason for that is because they suck at aiming. Well, Blue Torch, in all honesty, so do I. I cannot hit a thing in either of these unless I get some sort of auto aiming. But Techno Hill, I haven't seen this one before. This will be fun, hopefully. But yeah, I do feel that in comparison to some other kart races out there, namely Mario Kart, the obvious comparison, it does feel like the battle modes in this game really does drag on for quite a bit. Quite a bit longer than it maybe has to, should do. Hit a corner, get all my momentum stopped, so I have to, yeah. The whole acceleration stopped. Probably not helped by the fact that I am playing as, again, super heavyweight character whose acceleration might as well not exist. It's so slow. So there we are. 2 more players joined, I think that was. So hopefully next race it'll be a 5-person affair rather than 3. I would say get some real chaos going on, but frankly, having lots of Mario Kart World and again playing plenty of ring races, there's pretty much nothing this game can do to compare in terms of just sheer crazy stuff going on than those games can. In comparison to those games, I mean, it's just barely keep track of it all in those. Again, Kart, I sit there and say that it's stagnant and boring. You know, there's some level of just fun, calming. It's kind of a calming game. Just the fact that there's not much to think of beyond the very basics of the kart racing genre. Ooh, 6 players this time. Really getting a big team in here now. I imagine that with as many people as there are on now, we're probably coming up as first on the master server because there's never anyone on. It's a very part of the reason I never end up playing much multiplayer in SRB2, Kart, or I haven't really touched the online mode in ring races, but presumably in ring races either, is I can just never find anyone on. I never see more than about 2, at the absolute maximum, 3 players in a game, which it really, it's not that fun. There we are. 6 players. Youfoof, the JackalMan, Blue Torch, Glide KS, Sub, and Sonic. Of course, many of them playing as Sonic, which is a bit boring. And I mean, with Daytona Speedway on the offer, what is there really another choice here? When that song is available, is there really any reason to look at the other races? I don't think so. I'm not gonna sing. It'd be too embarrassing. Oh, yep, come on. Damn it. Well, I've messed that up, didn't I? From 1st to 6th. Fantastic. Zomboy in the chat says hello. Hello to you too. Good to see you. And once again, anyone watching in the chat who wants to join, then please feel free to. You absolutely can. As I've mentioned a couple of times now, this is very much public. You can just jump on at any time, if you happen, of course, to have Kart. Come play as well. Please do. It's kart races are always much more fun when you've got, if not a full lobby, as close to full as you can manage. So it's always good to have as many people in your lobby as possible, just for the maximum amount of carnage. By yourself, it can get a bit boring unless there's, you know, real speedrunner potential. So ring races, a lot of the Sega games, honestly. I know a lot of people say, oh, they're so basic and plain in comparison, but if they have, you know, good speedrunning potential, good ways to work in a time trial, then I think they can manage single player. But if they don't have that, then they can really struggle to keep your attention for a long period of time. Right, let's not try and get in the way of the invincible player there. It's not going to go well. And whoever was in first, Sub, I believe it is the Black Sonic. It's safe to say they're in the lead, seeing as they have completed the course already. Whereas I reckon I'm going to end up 3rd. Yeah, there we are. Just about. The ultimate E-Series robot. Worried I was going to end up 4th, but luckily not. The other good news about having lots of people on, if you're interested in joining, is that with lots of people on, I don't end up in last, because if there's not a lot of people, that's always ends up being what happens. What next? Opulence. Egg Zeppelin's kind of fun. I've actually got the gold time trial medal for it, but Pleasure Castle. Not a fan of Pleasure Castle. don't have any time trial medals on that one. I suck at it. Again, playing as a heavyweight character like Omega here does not work well on a course with a lot of 90-degree turns, which is a bit of a problem because this is Kart, and therefore half the courses are 90-degree turns, because we are talking very, very primitive mapping tools in comparison to ring races modern SLB2. In that we are, if I remember correctly, this is based on SLB2 2.1, and therefore we don't actually have slopes to work with. Splits, of course, somewhat hampers your ability to create interesting courses. Right, come on. Sub, I need you to slow down so I can hit you with my warthogs. I need to be able to make a D's nut stunks. Is that going to work? Nope. Turn the corner. But if I can't beat you, hopefully that can. Although, knowing my luck, you'll end up being one of those people who can outrun your SPB for an entire race, which is not great from my perspective as someone who has a vested interest in not letting you do that. Player 7 joined the game as EpicsGamer21. That's a very Xbox 360 coded username, but good to see you. Yeah, get in the water. Go take a dip. So. Luigi Bud, there we are. Good to see you. It's been a while. I've missed seeing your Takis work in progress on the Discord server. Always fun to see. Generally trying to add some sort of ring races mechanics to the base game for some sort of strange backwards port of the game mechanics. But there we are. I sound question the Mad Genius. Just about survived, but really terrible lying there. Plus I missed the speed booster with the invincibility speed boost. So, let's hope I can get something useful. Second place. Behind. Ooh, who is who's Doomslayer? Nope, that is to get the sat up. Yufu, that's it. Ooh, 8 players. Really building up here. Lots of people. Good to see. But again, you guys are going to need to change from being Sonic, because I can't differentiate you all. You need to make a bit more. You'd be a bit more all over the place. Can't recognise you all. There we are. Right. So we've got one Blazer Cat. We have. I think the Knuckles is new, or maybe not. Still got 3 Sonics. Real question is, who's the faker? 3 Hedgehogs. No Silver or Sonic. And Virtual Highway, which, gotta be honest, does not look as good as it does in the other car racer, but then to be fair, it looks really, really good in ring races. Like, genuinely just amazing. So, it'd be difficult to top it in a much more primitive version of the engine. Well, I will say it is a completely different race in this one with the how they've utilised the water mechanics in the bike. Plus, you know, some ice. Whereas in the ring races equivalent, it's much more water just kind of sitting there. It's like a constant Soon scream's probably the best way of describing it. Well, I think I might have hit the Tau. Maybe. Either that or I missed completely and just hit myself, which is just as likely in all honesty. But see, stupid things like that, that's the reason that I need other people in my races, because otherwise I just embarrass myself. You might say it'd be easily fixable if I just played as a character who isn't so damn impossible to turn. But that would mean I have to play as some boring, lame character like Sado or Sonic, and not the sad that is Omega. So, no chance. I know what I like, and I'll stick to it, even if it kills me, as it often does in this game. I think I have officially fallen behind. It doesn't look like I am making my way back up the competition at this point. There's a point where it just every single time you get a item box is giving you super overpowered items where you're just like, oh, okay, I get it. Not doing good. Fifth, come on. Let me get fifth. Fifth. Oh, okay, I thought I was gonna get. I thought the Tsao was gonna beat me again. How embarrassing. Then it's Tsao beat you. Of course, nothing to do with the racer. But it's a Tsao, it's no baby alien. Can't be losing to them. Oh, another racer. Derpy. Again, another Sonic. Gonna have to make a rule. You can't be sitting here as Sonic. You gotta change. Gotta be someone interesting. Canyon Rush. I do have a soft spot in all of the car racing games to play as a character, to play on courses that just keep going. They don't loop, you know, they just keep going. I think they're always the most interesting races in my eyes. Ooh. Is this the one that sucks? Okay, no, Boiling Bedrock's not too bad. It's the other volcano one that's really a problem. Especially, again, if you're playing as a character who just cannot turn. As I am. Right, let's see how this goes. Fantastically. Straight into the lava. Exactly as I meant to. And then into the off-road as well. Even better. If anyone's curious, I'm going to be blaming this on the fact that half of my screen is covered by my boom mic. That's it. The reason I'm doing so poorly is because I can't see the game. Right. There's a pretty big shortcut here. Let's see whether I can manage it. No. Yep. Glide, we both had the exact same idea. Clearly, was not happening. Looks like sneakers are the only option there. Invincibility or grow is not going to cut it. I pulled these out at the wrong time. While I've got a delicate corners to get around. Right, before the fire kicks up. Right, come on. Give me some sneak. Ah, fantastic. More grow. Can't make the shortcut with this. But I can at least avoid the egg mark. And a pit hole full of lava. More rocket sneakers. Fantastic. Once again, not really the place I was hoping to use them, but there we are. Can once again at least make it past the fire. Oh, after this race ends, there is something I want to talk about. Ah, here we are. Now I can show you off the sneaker shortcut. If we go over to this corner and get flattened by Sonic, that's not part of it. But boom, look at that. Fourth. Right, well that was a chaotic end, but I'll take fourth. Fourth's good. In a roster of what, 9 now? You know, I'm the lower half of the pack. It's got to count for something, right? Anyway, something I've neglected to mention up to now that I'm very interested in. Have any of you heard of this little game called No Straight Roads? We're on low. It takes a while, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and say you probably haven't. But for those who are unaware, basically, it's okay. Probably the easiest way to explain is to give a comparison, and that is Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi Rush, there's Hi-Fi Rush is a rhythm-based beat 'em up. You run around, attack enemies, big flashy bosses with really good music and all the rest of that. But before you had Hi-Fi Rush and Tango Gameworks making it, there was another studio called Metronomic who made No Straight Roads, which is basically the same thing, but if I am so bold, better and more stylish in every way. Came out in, I want to say, 2018, 2019. Fantastic game. Love it. Love all of the characters. Love the world they built up. Just the vibe of it. Unmatched vibe. But I was fully convinced that was going to be a one-time thing. You know, we'd never see another one. Especially because every so often I look at Metronomic's page, who are again the developers, and longingly go, you know, are they going to make another game? They're going to make another game? Never did. Every single time I look, just No Straight Roads 2018, nothing since. And finally, just yesterday, I don't think it was at Summer Games Fest, I think it was its own separate thing that just happened to be announced yesterday alongside all the rest of the hype. Just, you know, there's a million game shows on at the moment. It's probably some Game Awards Summer Games Fest affiliate thing that isn't actually, you know, the game. That isn't actually Summer Games Fest, like PC Game Show and all the rest of it. But point is, very long-winded tangents, basically taking up this entire race. Nothing back to talk about at all. But No Straight Roads, this fantastic little game that I was fully convinced was a one-off thing. They would never see anything else come out for it, as much as I wanted to. Finally, after years and years and years of hoping, announced a sequel, NSR2, and it looks amazing. And I've got a lot of games to plug. I'm not, obviously, as a Sonic tuber, playing a car racing game. The obvious thing is to talk about Sonic Racing Cross Worlds or Mario Kart World or whatever. But the two games that I'm hyping up at the moment is No Straight Roads 2 and Remedy Entertainment. Oh, worst timing. And Remedy Entertainment's first ever multiplayer game, FBC Firebreak. Those are the two games that I will agenda post about. Anyway, tragedy. 9th place, no contest. Awful. Scarf joins and says, hello everyone. Hello Scarf, good to see you. 11 concurrent viewers. That's good. It's doing pretty well, better than I thought it was. But, ooh, that's bad. Right, you know what, while we got, 11, 10, 9 players, whatever it is, I reckon we should go back into Battle World. I've got a lot of players. Just as long as we don't end up on that horrible Mario Kart Frozen Lake level, my god does that suck. As long as we don't end up there, I really don't care. Zomboy says, Werog in Crossroads is epic. I wonder if Roger will voice him. Yep, it's pretty cool. But although it is a pre-order bonus, and considering how horrendously expensive... I don't even need to turn, I just use the other Rater's bodies as my walls. But considering how horrendously expensive Crossroads is I am not pre-ordering that game. So I am desperately, desperately hoping that it ends up as some sort of, you know, pre-order bonus, but, you know, 6 months down the road, if you want to, you can buy it as its own separate little DLC. You know, I do that, but I am not pre-ordering Crossroads. You can't make me. Even with the promise of Werehog voiced by the guy who voices Batman a lot of the time in video games, even with the promise of that, you can't get me pre-ordering Werehog. So yeah, desperately, desperately hoping that it's released as a standalone DLC down the line. Right, I'm getting my ass kicked here. Scarf says, I hope Whisperers in Crossroads. Well, all I'm going to say on the matter, giving, you know, just not going to assume anything. All I'm going to say on the matter is that I hope so too. I love Whisper. I love Tangle. I love the two of them. So, probably my favorite IDW comic characters. I'll be honest, I think the comics kind of went... I stopped reading the comics when Belle had about 3 or 4 arcs in a row dedicated entirely to herself, with the gimmick being, we're going to find out who a mystery creator is, when it was the most obvious Dr. Eggman creation of all time. You'd have an easier time convincing me that Metal Sonic was created by some random, you know, brand new character to the franchise than you would be able to convince me that Belle... Oh, no! I don't know what happened to my turning circle there, but... My turning circle just kind of gave up on that last corner, and I cannot tell you why. But anyway, once again, as always, going off on a tangent there. Yeah, all I'm going to say on the matter is that I hope Whisper is in Sonic Crossroads 2. That's all I'm going to say. I won't say anything more. But I am... No. Hopefully you can put down what I'm saying here. Who put down Red Barod's area? Red Barod is awful. Stuck says, I'm unhappy today. Wow. Blunt. Well, I hope you're feeling better. Cheer up, you are playing SRB2 Kart. Oh, I'm saying that. Yeah, don't worry. I'm feeling pretty miserable that we can't play the greatest kart racer ever made, Dr. Robotnik's Ring Racers, or that I'm not able to play and stream the multiplayer game FBC Firebreak, Remedy Entertainment's first multiplayer game releasing on June 17th, which contains 3 quirky classes as you battle the Hiss in the Otis house. That is my obligatory Remedy Entertainment reference done for the stream. I'll find more ways to pepper it in, don't you worry. But yeah, stuff. I hope you end up feeling better. Right, well I just about avoid that landmine because I don't think it activated properly. And some random windows popped up on my screen, which is really helpful because it blocked off my vision for a while. Fantastic. Really helpful. Luckily nothing actually really happened in the race, so we should all be fine. Right, avoid the massive line of bananas and don't throw myself off the cliff. And then I can go and have the luxury of watching my jaws miss. Or not. Actually, it can just turn around and attack me, I guess. I guess it can just not bother homing on in the enemy, you can just go backwards at the end of it when it feels like it and just hit me instead. Or I can throw myself off the cliff. Fantastic. Going well. Just a comedy of errors. There comes a point. Ow. Going well. Kaboom, yes. Very much kaboom. Drop down to 6th. Oh. Getting nostalgic for the long old days of about half an hour ago. Oh. Do I do it? Do I put myself... I don't know what it is about Kodachrome Void specifically, but something about it. The volume's broken in. It's about twice as loud as every other race. But... for the comedy, I gotta do it. For the bit, if you will. I gotta do it. I will answer your comments in a moment, but for the time being, I'm going... oh, okay, never mind, we're not on Kodachrome. Right. If we were on Kodachrome, I'd have to put my full attention just because I wouldn't be able to hear myself otherwise. Although, to be fair, I'm not actually very good at this stage, so I might need to concentrate here as well. I was about to say that I reckon I made my way unscathed through that, but clearly not. Oh. See, you think being a heavy character, you wouldn't get knocked around all that much by people who are invincible or big or whatever, but nope. Still hits like a truck. Well, I messed that one up. Right, okay. While I'm behind and with no chance to get ahead, might as well read comments. Sublimise asks, when do you plan on playing Ring Racers multiplayer? And the answer is, as I said slightly earlier in the stream, probably through the medium of live streams once I have finished with the campaign. Once I finish with the campaign, the plan is I will be doing live streams both for completing the remaining challenges that are, you know, long enough that I haven't already completed them as, you know, an aside in some other episode, but also not long and complicated enough that I just give up and use its key to unlock them. So yeah, once I've gone through all of the cups and done all of those challenges, that's when I plan on doing the live streams and the ring races live streams there. So, considering how long it's taken me to get to the point in the ring races playthrough I am now, that could be ages away, but also I have been working in various ways. This is a big part of my plans to speed up how quickly I make my way through playthroughs, with the aim of eventually making it so I'm releasing an episode every 2 days. You know, daily is obviously the dream, but 2 days is where I am officially going to be aiming for. I don't know why Stuck is saying damn it, because I am... If anyone should be complaining about their place in their stage here, it should be me, because there it is. There's the explosion. Right. And yeah, Scarf asks, was Ring Racers Sublimise has already explained it. But as I said, it is the sequel to SRB2 Kart, made by the same developers, the Kart crew. Originally, it was supposed to be the big... Ooh, broke delay limit. Oof. Well, that's unfortunate. I hope they feel better over time. But yeah. Ring Races, sequel to SRB2 Kart, developed by a Kart crew. Originally as the sequel, originally as a big overhaul of how SRB2K was going to work, but eventually they changed their mind because they were getting too ambitious with it, as is always the case within this little community of these trio of games. They got a bit too ambitious with it, ended up having to delay things over and over and over again, way beyond what they originally stated, before it have ultimately reached the point that the updates were too big, too ambitious, and changed the game too much that they couldn't really justifiably be added to SRB2 Kart without fundamentally changing the makeup of SRB2 Kart, and they ultimately decided at that point to change the game. Oh, sorry, not change the game, but to instead keep Kart as it is, or as it was and still is, and instead spin off what ultimately became Ring Races into its own separate game, which is obviously what we see now. It is the sequel. Came out about this time last year, I think, actually. It was about a year ago. Very complicated. Well, not very complicated, but a lot more complicated than Kart is. Takes a lot of inspiration from games like Wipeout and Riders, Sonic Riders, those kind of high-energy kart races, which, you know, it's very different from the much more like Mario Kart this game apes from. It's a much more competitive, complex package. Ooh! Somehow made my way into first. Snuck my way through all of... until inevitable... Oh, never mind. Snuck my way past everything into first. Let's see how long this ends up lasting. Oh, not long. Get back here. Yeah, I don't think you're taking the shortcut without me. But anyway, Ring Races, yeah, I prefer it. I like the extra complexity it adds. I think it makes the game a lot more interesting than Kart, which I feel can be a bit bare bones at times, especially by yourself. But yeah, ultimately it is the sequel. If you want to go and download it, you can find it on Kart Crew's website, kartcrew.org, and I would definitely recommend it, even if you have to sit through a very, very lengthy tutorial to get to it. Sublimi says, "Don't go through off-road to grow, stick to the track." Yeah, I've learned my lesson throughout this cup. In Ring Races, it's about a 140% speed increase. In this, it is seemingly a lot less generous. Senri T8 says, "Hey, Glide is here." Yeah. Ooh, numbers are dwindling. Senri T8 asks, "Do you ever plan on doing a small review of Nick Wolfang, by the way?" Maybe one day. I've seen them here and there. I'll tell you what. I remember them appearing in one of the SRB2 Directs I watched a while back. If we ever get another SRB2 Direct, I'll make it my mission to do a retrospective of sorts, basically picking up all of the games from these various Directs and seeing what state they ultimately released in as mini reviews, and I'll do that for Nick the Wolfang. If not, I don't know whether I'll ever get to them. Possibly. Possibly not. Who knows? Not something I've necessarily got my eye on, but also I've been looking through the SRB2 forums a while, trying to find other mods, and I gotta be honest, there's been lots of things, you know, there's been interesting things, but it does feel like the types of things that are being released nowadays are quite different to what you might say the golden era was. You know, 2021, 2022, it was just a constant stream of characters, stages, big map packs, and it does feel like in the years since that's died down, all of the hype is now placed on much more sporadic releases of big character packs like the KOX and the Sublimize also says, you probably shouldn't have the So IPs option enabled on the YouTube stream. You know what, Sublimize? That is a very, very good point. I'm very sorry to everyone who's been joining and having their IPs leaked like that. As soon as this race is over, I'll go and change that. I genuinely did not even think about that, which really shows what I've been thinking there. I mean, I've been told that the IPs by itself, it's not too worrisome if that's released by itself, but yeah, no, that's definitely gotta change. Right, what's that going to be? Server options, I imagine. Right, I reckon that's probably it. Log join addresses. The JackalMan. Yes, very true. Right. Hopefully, I'm going to assume that that's the option. That definitely seemed like the most likely option to fix it. But hopefully with that gone, the IP addresses don't keep turning up. But yes, very sorry for everyone who's joined, who's been having their stuff doxed for all of this time. Very sorry for that. Stuck says, honest talk, I'm not a fan of Crossword right now. I agree to disagree. I think it looks good, but again, hugely, hugely overpriced. I mean, Mario Kart World's hugely, hugely overpriced as well, but at least there you can argue, oh, well, you know, Nintendo quality, there. It's not good. It's not a good argument, but it is an argument you can make. But with Crosswords, no, that is a good old $50 game at max, as Sonic games have and frankly always should be. And I am amazed that this is the time that they've decided, right, no, $70. This is the day that we're going to be upping the prices. This is the game that we reckon, yeah, $70 is fair. Because I admit that I'm not, you know, I'm not zealous against the fact that game prices have upped to 70. It is a fact that games have historically been immune to the price rises that they arguably really should have gone to keep up with inflation. You can make all the economic arguments you can want, but fundamentally they have been 60 for years and years and years, and if they were keeping up with inflation they'd be like 90 now. Again, a million different arguments you can make to explain why they shouldn't be like that, but yeah, 80 is pushing it too far with Mario Kart World and Crosswords. That is a spin-off to what has always been a historically fairly cheap franchise. I don't know what they were thinking going full price, plus, not just full price, but plus a $20 season pass DLC package. Obscene. Crazy. Senrusi8 says, God, this off-road is a migraine. Also, yeah. Please, if you are in the stream chat, do not hesitate to make any complaints about the stream. The volume, for example. Again, as I said right at the very start of the stream, I have made an attempt to reduce the volume of, or not reduce the volume, but make it so that when I'm talking, the background audio is a lot less extreme than it usually is, so that my voice comes out oh, come on, of all of the races to be picked, it had to be Rainbow Road. Right, I am not turning. I am taking this as slow as humanly possible. As a sign of protest, this is how I'm going to be playing this. Who needs drifting? I know certain YouTubers market themselves as the Drift King. I am the anti-Drift King. I will not be a drifting. A corner. There's a corner. I shall be taking it as slow and steady as possible. There we are. Right, thanks for that, Hudoro, for taking away those dangerous speed boosts. I can't be having that. Slow and steady. We'll win. I'm definitely winning the race. You know, slow and steady and all that. My chances are looking good. Very, very careful driving. Thoughtful. That's probably the term I'm looking for. This is very thoughtful driving. I gotta think about this, you know. What if there was heavy traffic? What if someone was trying to turn into this road, you know? If someone was coming off of Peach Gardens and trying to enter Rainbow Road, they wouldn't want to be watching people just speeding past, would they? It'd be difficult to, they'd take too long to get onto the road. Gotta be nice and slow, give them plenty of space to get on.
Running impossible.
So let's turn it down. Is that Gamma? Based. Gamma is not as good as Omega, and I don't trust anyone who sits there and claims that they are. But they're a fine second place, with the likes of Metal Sonic and SBO as good, you know, second place Sonic rosters. But Omega is the king. Omega is the king of Sonic characters. He's the greatest Sonic teams ever put out. There we are. Just about made it. Who has stopped just to let me get to the finish line? This. Right, okay. No, dirt. No, come on. Go on. Oh, okay then. Look, I was being careful, driver. Okay, don't. You know, I was being gentleman-like. You know, go on, go through. Yep, slow and steady. Won the race there. That was me. That second place. For anyone just joining the stream now, that's me there. Second place. I placed second in that race. Being slow and steady in all things. You know, not taking it quick, not taking any of these big corners. Peak, yes, that is indeed what this course is. This is Hilltop, it is indeed the peak. The gentleman, yes. I was being the gentleman. I have collected a series of monikers throughout this stream. The Doxerman, the Gentleman, the JackalMan. I will be collecting these monikers for a long time more. Wow. Whoever is playing as Ray, sorry that happened to you, but Lamau. I personally benefit greatly from your discomfort and your suffering, so elbozo. While I sit here and try and outrun a Jaws. Oh come! One time that a Jaws actually bothers to spend any time chasing someone down, it's always me. Woe is me. The world's against me. Life's so hard. See, this is the one stage that can vaguely, consistently, and it's not actually consistent, it's vaguely consistently pull off a slipstream, or a wave dance even. I keep forgetting the term. Even if I end up then throwing myself off the course at the end of it. Because good things must always come to an end. And the universe conspires against me to make sure that I never actually get a win on any SLB2 kart course. But there we are. At least I got third this time. See, that was good. That was fine. It's going good. Although it does look like... Yeah, okay, no. Stuck is definitely in the lead here. You know, I'm doing fine. I'm in third. That's not bad. Especially for my standards. That's good. It's good. Right, I'm being an outlaw. I'm being a maverick here. I'm gonna go Canyon Rush. Sand Temple. Ugh. Crimson Core. Ugh. Ah. There we are. That was me. That was the admin privileges sneaking in there. As you can see, I am making good use of my winning vote by picking a course that I'm, you know, fantastic at, of course. I practice this all the time. Which is why I am miles ahead in first. No, oh, damn it. Well, whoever blew up there, sucks to be you, but elbows up, sorry. You know, I never noticed just how big Blaze is in this game. She is huge, massively oversized. Can't tell if it's just her head either, or whether it's her entire body. Nice knife. But then, to be fair, a lot of the sprites were not even the vanilla cast, but especially the bonus characters, kind of weird in this game. New racer by the name of Cat26. Well, certainly is a name. I'm not going to question what happened to my friend Gamma back there, but it doesn't look like they're having a particularly good time. Oh god, is that going for me? Yeah, was going for me, but for once I was close enough to the goal that it didn't matter. Explosive placement is evil. I don't know who was doing that. I'm catching up to first place. Just about, maybe. Debatably. Sort of. Right, where are we going? Oh, they all kind of suck. I'm just going to go random. Red bar odds area sucks real bad, but it's especially bad in this game. Desert Palace is better in this game than it is in Ring Races. Ring Races having slope physics Oh, no. Slope physics do not work for Desert Palace. At least here, they're not too bad. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Cat26 is probably the other Blaze player. I don't know how I'm guessing that, by the way. It's a, complete guess. I also don't know what caused me to spin out there. There's a million things. It could have been anything. I thought, personally, I assumed I had hit the egg mark. But then maybe it was ball hog, who knows. Fantastic banana placement. My favourite feature of Kart is the fact that your drift is just broken beyond belief if you get hit. It just does not work for about 10 minutes. It feels like 10 minutes after you get hit. It just does not do anything for a while. It is a pain in the ass. Right. Let's see whether this time I can actually hit someone with it. There we are. Target hit. New racer by the name of Lus. Wonder who they're going to end up being. As long as they're not Sonic, it's fine. Hatsune Miku is now in Sonic Racing Crossroads. Wow, we really are racing as a bunch of Crossroads veterans, aren't we? I mean, we've got Eggman, we've got Omega, who's I believe Omega's in there. I think he's in the trailers. We have Hatsune Miku. We have. Okay, well, Ray's not there, but who really cares about Ray? Who genuinely is a big Ray fan? Guess whoever was through that Orbinaut. I reckon they're a big Ray fan. Heard me say that. Right, it's going well. Haha, can't hit me. I don't know what's going on with these turtles. I don't know why they just randomly start facing backwards and start give up homing after a while. Like, nope, not feeling it. Stupid fence. I love losing all my speed because of one stupid fence. Whoa! Well, I look like I got through that explosion unharmed, but everyone else, jeez. Lots of explosions. Explosion Central. Some demolitions. I don't like how Hatsune Miku's looking at me through the screen. It's scaring me. Needs to turn back. Blue-eyed stare. Ooh, I do not recognize that character. Speaking of, how do I go about changing place better? I'm not going to. I'll stick with my boy Omega. It'll through thick and thin. Sunbeam Paradise. Sunbeam Paradise is kind of nice. Enjoyable stage. But yeah, I reckon I'm going to set up the stream to last about 2 hours. So at about, well, in about 20 minutes, I think I'll be wrapping things up then. So we'll crown whoever the winner is at that point. And then, if they're a member of my Discord server, I'll go crown them as a winner of the tournament. Yeeks. Nasty. I do know a nice shortcut here. I did know a nice shortcut, but it'd be really good if the game actually drifted in the direction I was facing when I'm talking about that, rather than in some random direction, which is nowhere near where I was looking. Okay, well that banana is on me. I'll admit that is not on me. This is a very dangerous situation to be in. Being surrounded by giants and invincible people. Don't want to be the first person to run your timer through. Oh, come on, can you... Okay, no, that doesn't really work. Damn it. Okay, well, never mind. I guess I'll give up my momentum. I didn't really need it anyway. Oh, it's not awful. Oh, there we are. New comment. Mustafa Ahmed asks, what is the best mod in SRB2 in your opinion? I think I answered this on my first stream, but I'd say it's probably going to have to be single character mod, Neosonic, multi-character mod, Silverhorn characters, and then map, my favourite map, Social Stancer 2. Those are my top 3 in all the categories that I think really matter. And then of course things like cross momentum, X momentum, whatever you choose to call it, and or your various 3D models. They're nice. I honestly though haven't actually really downloaded any visual mods. I haven't really played any of that. Oh dear, we have a mid-level boss coming through. Oh dear. Right, come on, someone hit me, someone hit me, someone hit me, come on. Well, I think I hit some people, maybe, but it wasn't necessary. Right, this is going fantastically. Right, well that wasn't the best first lap, but let's look at clawing that back. And not get left behind by the rest of the field, as is happening at the moment. That is a very convincing plane. I feel perfectly safe driving around it, flying in that. Let's slip through all of the items without touching any. Fantastic. Exactly what I was looking to do. And then drift the wrong direction, as I was requesting. Really, what more could I ask for from Omega? Oh, and then have my speed boost stolen from me. Also fantastic. Is there really no one in front of me with another item to steal? Right, where is there? Okay, everyone else is already past. 6 is that then? Right. Comments. Mustafa Ahmed says, mine, to be honest, is extra momentum. It's into speed into a whole new level. That is in response to what is your favourite SRB2 mod. Very, very acceptable, very agreeable first choice. It's not my personal favourite, but it's it's up there. I don't play with it all that much. I probably should do, but I like to obviously, a lot of the time when I'm playing SRB2, I am testing out characters for review, and I prefer to just leave them as vanilla, relatively speaking, as I can, so I don't play with X Momentum that much. Senri T8, in response to the same question, what's your favourite mod, says, while I don't have a definite favourite, crispy characters to easily be one of my faves. I am going to assume that is probably Crispy Pixels one, the Pointy Sonic and Fluffy Tails. I'm assuming that's them. In which case, again, I haven't. Strangely enough, I haven't actually played as those before. Back in the old days, I was never really confident enough to play as a character who used the custom buttons a lot. And even to this day, nowadays, there's just a lot of characters I think more interesting looking to play instead, that I always end up defaulting to instead of going back to looking at them. I was thinking of doing them in a stream actually, they were one of the characters I was looking at doing, but I'm only 3 streams in, I haven't got that far yet, maybe in the future, but for now at least, that's that. Oh, I keep miscounting how many sneakers I end up carrying, so I keep getting 3 and then ignoring them, and then falling behind because I'm not using them. Right, let's actually try and pick up a few places here. Let's try and beat the mid-level boss. There we are. Good checkpoint to try and beat. Don't let me simply snipe on my own, please. There we are, grow. Did I clip through those blue springs? I definitely feel I went over them. Right, no. 5th. I don't know where 6th place went, but there we are. The staff from Ed says, I actually agree about how you hate X-Sonic. Yep. X-Sonic. I don't hate them. I accept them for what they are. But they're not my, yeah. I accept them for what they are, but I'm no good at playing them, and I struggle to get better at them. Ooh, big set of people just left there. I'm going to assume that was a whole group. Which is a bit of a shame, because I was going to ask Stuck, whether they were a person on the Discord server, because quite clearly they were winning there. I was going to go and give them an award, a role. I'll have to go and ask after this stream on the server and hope that someone answers honestly. Eggman Nightclub. I am no good at this stage. I only played it for the time trial. I did atrociously. Nowhere near even the silver medal. I think a big part is because I keep expecting that to bounce me so I can cut corners. And it doesn't, in fact, bounce you. You just die. Again, also I'm playing as super heavy characters, so... tight corners, not a good match. Not a match made in heaven. And as you can see, by looking at the minimap up there, lots and lots of very sharp corners. Not preferable. Especially, again, because of how SRB2 acts if you dare hit a wall while in any circumstance, but especially when trying to just turn. It acts like you killed someone. no more speed for you. I definitely felt like there was some sneaker shortcuts around here that I've missed. Like that? Yes. Look at that. Perfect. Couldn't have done better if you tried. There we are. This bit's going not too bad. I'll eat my words. Yeah, mine is in fact going that badly. I'm not really catching up, but at least I'm not falling into dead last place. I just hear the threatening Hatsune Miku voice clips in the background. As a kind of like, I'm right behind you. Oh dear. I would love it if the game drifted in the direction I'm aiming towards. But it's not going to do that, so I'm going to lose. Fantastic. Just what I was looking for. Damn it. Ridiculous. Mustafa Ahmed says, in relation to the X-Sonic thing from earlier, not a glaze for sure, but the movement is so fast I know it's for speedruns, but at least they had to put speed settings, but I glazed the dark and Super X-Sonic. Yeah, I'm not a... Yeah. It's just too fast. I play on controller, and on the console I was playing as him on, I was stuck to 30 frames per second, which also is not preferable for such a character. You definitely want a good old high frame rate for a character like X-Sonic, and I just did not have that. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, fine. It's not so much that this was hard, it's just that the last section sucks so bad. My turn just might not work sometimes. Okay, I guess there's that. My turn might just sometimes just might not turn. But, you know, just kind of gotta expect that sometimes. Okay, well, this isn't the, this really isn't the, stage's fault. That's all on me. See, it's just, you do so much random jumping on this final thing, on just the tiniest little divots. It just kills your speed. Not to mention the fact that I'm convinced the hitboxes on these spike balls specifically, not throughout the whole game, but these specific spike balls in this last corridor, completely broken, because I swear I'm never anywhere near them when I get hit by them. So that's a bit frustrating. I would say that this is the moment that I wish there was the ring booster, the teleporter from Ring Racers for when you fall behind, but frankly that is such a useless effect in that game that it's not going to make any difference. Okay. Really? I nearly tried to rest my face on my boom mic. That's how bad things have gone. If only you know how bad things truly were. Okay. See, it's just so slow. And obviously, I am not playing optimally, but also, it doesn't get much faster even if you are. This is a slow part of the level. But you know, I am doing even worse than I usually do on this stage. I don't know what's going on. Oh, that's not good. Come on, Omega, stop spinning. Who would have seen that one coming, eh? I was only, you know, half the track behind everyone else. Right, Mustafa Ahmed once again asks, by the way, when I finish Mindscape, it doesn't save Ultimate in a Zoomer form and I didn't use debug mode or cheese mod, so why doesn't it save? I'm on mobile, by the way. I can't comment. I don't play on mobile. And it's been quite a while since I played Mindscape, so I can't remember whether Ultra Inazuma really does save, or whether it just resets every time you gotta go through Mindscape each time. I didn't play with him much. Yeah, I honestly, when I played, I thought he was a one-time thing. I didn't realise that he worked even afterwards. Even after you finish Mindscape and, you know, you had that climactic final moment, which for the first time I played it didn't work. Ah, I should not come in here. Oh, everyone's here. Right, no, you get away from me. Don't you come near. Right, there we are. I've got my own set of Orbinauts, like everyone else does. I'm safe. Yes. It's Mr. Danganronpa. Oh, damn it. Whoa, no. Not the time. Get away. Go away. Unbelievable. I'll get you next time, Sonic. Never mind, I'll just die. Alright. Let's hang around with Mr. Danganronpa. Honestly, the first time I saw this stage, I assumed it was a Bodhi Basic stage, because I swear I hallucinated Bodhi being on the title select screen. Because, you know, obviously it's not, because there's this guy running around. The first time I came through, I swear I saw him on the title select screen. Right, okay, no, get away. Oh, well, I at least killed someone from the looks of it. Even if I, for whatever reason, didn't revive afterwards. I'm not going to question what they ran into there, but it looked funny. Right, we're coming to the end of this now, so I am going to say, for anyone watching this, who also happens to be in the stream, we have one more game, and then we're going to call it a day. So, if you have any remaining questions, ask them now, before my throat dries out completely. It's getting pretty bad. Marble mode. It's the first time I've actually been on here. Alright. Reverse backwards. Grab an item immediately. Oh, it's a spring. Fantastic. Just what I wanted. This is going to be a tricky one, isn't it? It's a bunch of different quadrants. Constantly being blocked off by lava and the like. I can see this being fun. Mexican standoff. Ha! There I am, boasting about how I get grow, and then I immediately miss the guy when I run at him. As is often the case, so often the case. I don't know why I exploded there. I honestly don't know. I don't think I was anywhere near anything dangerous. I don't know why I just randomly shot into explosions. Oh, really? Fantastic timing. Three bananas! Woohoo! Get those out of the way. Stuck on one tiny little bumper now. It's invincibility, but I can guarantee whoever I run at is going to pull out grow right at the last moment and juke me. Oh no, there we are, finally. 1 point. 3 points. Nice. I'm gonna... Oh! I tried to drift around that. I don't know why it decided, actually, no, you are going to go right into that. Well, now I'm this thing. I want to call it an SPB, but it clearly isn't exactly that. I don't really know what it's supposed to be. I love tapping things at the last moment and dying. Right, where is everyone? Someone grow over here. Oh! Well, that was the most anticlimactic end to a stream I've yet seen. But anyway, thank you for everyone for participating. Mid-level boss, sub, cat 026, and all the rest of it. Thank you for everyone who've tuned in, who's still watching. Thank you for that. I've said this a million times on the Discord server, but I'm going to look at why things haven't been working properly on the Discord server. I'm going to try and do that. I'm looking to see whether I can effectively employ people to set up servers for me in my place, because I can't do the port forwarding required to set up SRB2 or Ring Racers servers. So I'm going to try and get other people to do it for me. But again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed today's stream. I still haven't really figured out how to finish these. I don't watch streamers to study or learn from them. But again, thank you for tuning in, and ciao.